Hello everyone, I'm going to presenting my presentation on the topic of minimizing potential hazard of material and finishes for buildings. The content of my topics and introduction to material selection and importance of material selection, common hazardous materials and finishes, potential hazards posed by unsafe material and safety, New Zealand regulations and standards governing material safety in construction, step for assessing materials hazards and conclusion. And next slide is introduction to material selection. The first is structural materials. These materials provide the primary support and stability for a building. Common examples include concrete, steel, wood, and masonry and bricks. The second one is foundations of materials. Foundation material are used for foundations such as concrete, reinforced concrete, and specific foundation system, and ensure the stability and load bearing capacity of the structure, because foundation is the basic component of every building. So foundation is the stone which bear the load and transfer the load of every structural member of the building. And third is envelope material. These materials form of the building envelope and contributing to insulation, weatherproofing and protection against environmental elements. Examples include insulation, roofing materials and exterior cladding. The example of these are for cement is envelope and packaging, which protect the to contact with water and other weathering agencies. And fourth one is interior structural material. Materials used for interior structural elements such as walls, floors and ceiling. For example, include drywall, structural steel and flooring systems. And fifth one is finishing materials. Materials that enhance the appearance of a building's interior and exterior. Finishing material include paint, wallpaper, tiles, flooring material and decorative elements. After the completion of every building, everyone want to his building is looks wise very beautiful. That's why I will choose the paints and painting the building, and other wallpapers used to looks like a building is good appearance is decorative purpose. Importance of material selection. First one is structural integrity. The choice of material significantly affects the structural integrity of a building. Selecting appropriate materials with the right strength and load bearing capacity is crucial to ensure the stability and safety of the structure. If we use any of the structural member of the building, first thing is the material is the load bearing member and second is the durability of longevity. Building materials play a vital role in determining the durability and longevity of a structure. The selection of material resistant to environmental factors such as moisture, corrosion and extreme weather conditions contribute to building lifespans. And third one is safety of occupants. Certain materials may pose health and safety risk if they contain hazardous substances or emit harmful fumes. Choosing materials that comply with safety standards and regulations helps create a healthy and safe indoor environment for occupants. It has to create a safe environment for every users and workers which are working at sites, and energy efficiency. It says the thermal properties of building material impact the energy efficiency of the structure. Well-insulated materials can contribute to energy conservation by minimizing heat transfer, reducing the need for heating or cooling system, and lowering energy cost over time. The fourth thing is our building should be energy efficient, because it is cooler in is not more cooler It's not more cooler in winter and not in hotter in summer. That is the main reason. Common hazardous materials and finishes. Asbestos principle. Identify and manage asbestos containing materials through survey and assessments. Implement proper abatement and disposal procedures when dealing with asbestos. And second is lead. Use lead safe work practices to prevent exposure. This includes contaminant measures, proper personal protective equipment, and adherence to regulation governing lead removal and disposal. When we are working at sites, so it is the main topic to wear the personal protective equipment when we are working to protect ourselves. Chemical and solvents. Implement strict control measures for the storage, handling, and disposal of chemicals. Provide adequate ventilation, the appropriate personal protective equipment, and follow material safety data sheet guidelines. And fourth one is silica. Control exposure to respirable crystalline silica dusts by implementing engineering controls such as dust extraction system. Provide the workers with respiratory protection and ensure proper training on silica hazards. Silica is a very thin particles at construction sites, so is potential hazard posed by unsafe material and safety. Toxic chemical exposure hazard. Exposure to toxic chemicals in construction materials and finishes can lead to adverse health effects including respiratory issues, skin irritation, and long-term health problems. Example: lead-based paints, asbestos containing material, volatile organic compounds, and formaldehyde and other hazardous chemicals. Respiratory hazards. Certain materials release airborne particles or fumes that can be inhaled, leading to respiratory problem or exacerbating existing conditions. For example, silica dust, asbestos fibers, paint fumes, and other airborne particles. Flammability and fire hazard. Hazard materials are highly flammable or combustible, can cause fire hazard, increasing the risk of injuries and property damage. Example: for example, flammable solvents, certain insulation materials, and finishes with high flammability. New Zealand regulations and standards governing material safety in construction. Building Act 2004. The Building Act is a primary legislation governing building and construction activities in New Zealand. It set out the requirements for building and work, including the use of approved material and products. Second is Building Code. The New Zealand Building Code is a set of regulations that specify the minimum standard for building work, and it includes clauses related to structural integrity, fire safety and durability, and other expectations. Every building should follow the all building rules and as per the building code. WorkSafe New Zealand. WorkSafe New Zealand is government agency responsible for regulating the workplace with health and safety, including construction sites. They provide guidelines and regulations to ensure the safe use of material and equipment also. Standards New Zealand developed publishes standards for various industries, include construction standard related to material safety in construction may cover aspects such as testing, performance requirements, and specification for construction materials. Step for assessing material hazards. First one is control measures. Implement control measures to minimize or eliminate hazard. They may include engineering controls, administrative controls, and personal protective equipment. For example, consider ventilation system, containment measure, and proper storage practices. Training and communication. Ensure that the workers adequately trained and well trained and professionals are helping for the materials and provide clear communication regarding potential hazards, safe work practices, and emergency procedures. Emergency response planning. Develop an emergency response plan that includes procedures for handling spills, releases, or exposure to. And fourth one is waste management. Address the proper disposal of waste material, especially if they are hazardous. Follow the regulation of storage and transportation of the disposal material. Regular monitoring and review. Regularly monitor the workplace to ensure that control measures are effective. Conduct periodic review and the material used and update hazard assessments are needed, especially if there are changes in materials or processes. Last topic is conclusion. In conclusion, minimizing potential hazard associated with construction materials and finishes involves a comprehensive approach that integrates regulatory compliance, risk assessment, training, and ongoing monitoring. By prioritizing safety throughout the construction process, stakeholders can contribute to create the building that are not aesthetically pleasing but also safe and environmentally responsible. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit. Yeah, he really did well. First part he was so confident, but he needs to finish up because I think he's one more minute. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I said
have you practiced how many times?
Anytime, ma'am.
Many times.
How?
Many times.
Many times. Okay. So you feel you are on time, isn't it? A little bit. So one first question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So one question for you. Can you go to? Yeah. Can you describe what is envelope materials?
Envelope means protect the weathering agency like rain, thunderstorms, and hails, like steel, iron rods, and cement.
One example.
Like cement
Oh.
and steel, protecting from corrosion,
Okay.
anti-weathering agency. Like.
What is the difference between envelope materials and the finishing material?
Envelope is a packaging to protect a weathering agency, and finishes is a plaster material like paint and other.
Thank you.
Go.